In the very early days of the EnVtubing sphere, most people's models were like Vroid models. A lot of people weren't around for this, and so it's very like alienating for a lot of people, but whatever. Vroid is like a free software from Pixiv you can use to create like your own anime character in 3D. And so like most people were 3D. Most people in the beginning of the EN sphere were actually 3D because it was so expensive to get a live 2D model. First of all, there was like nobody in the West. There were some Western artists you could get VTuber models from, but most of them like didn't know how to like cut the models up or anything, like to be rigged. Like finding somebody to do the rigging, like it was completely different back then. Like back then, it's like when Iron Vertex became a thing, like that was a huge deal. Now everybody knows Iron Vertex is like they're another rigging company of many. But back in the day when Iron Vertex like first announced themselves, it's like, whoa, this is a big deal. Getting an Iron Vertex model is like endgame. And then there was like DD Mavis Vroid models. Like if you had a DD Mavis Vroid model, that was also huge. Distinct, so like you could identify a DD Mavis Vroid model. Unironically, if you wanted to get rigging done back in the day, you'd go on Fiverr. You would go on Fiverr. It was the only affordable place to get rigging and the place where you could even like find people. It was so hard to find people. There were also Koikatsu 3D models. Those were less common, but yeah, Vikatsu, it was a version of Koikatsu that was just like the dress up elements, and Vikatsu had a built-in VTuber system, so you could do face tracking and stuff directly through Vikatsu, which is how Kaison's original VTuber model was made. And there was also, I'm blanking on her name, but there was like another girl. She was Japanese. I think she had like pink hair and like a green dress or something, and she was one of like the early Japanese streamers that began like pandering to the EN market. COVID, you can thank COVID for VTuber boom. You could be like, annoying orange. Anyways, I've gotten cynical talking about shit like this. I'm not gonna lie, I should just get into the game. I've gotten a little bit cynical talking about stuff like this because it's one of those things where like I was there and I was heavily invested, and there's all like I'm gonna say it like bluntly, all right? There's all these like new people who weren't around for it, and all they know is like Wikipedia articles and depressed Nosagi videos. Like they don't know, they weren't there for it. They don't know what they don't know. And it's like, that's fine, but don't talk to me. I'm arrogant and angry about it because it's like I was there. I was in the EN sphere. I was a fan of VTubers before HoloLive came to the West, bro. I applied for their first gen.